So let's now talk about the developments that may look like a big breakthrough is about to come to end the ongoing conflict in West Asia. Now, United States President Donald Trump has said that he is holding a meeting to make a final determination about an agreement to extend the ceasefire with Iran. Trump has also posted on Truth Social stating that Iran must agree that they will never have a nuclear weapon or a bomb, and the Strait of Hormuz must be immediately opened, no tolls for unrestricted shipping traffic. Now, in both directions, all water mines, if any, would also be terminated. And however, he has been saying that the complete removal and on detonation of any mines that are left will not be many, and ships that are caught in the strait due to the unprecedented naval blockade of the United States, which will now be lifted. And he says that the process of heading home may start soon. Now, meanwhile, the enriched material, which President Trump refers to as nuclear dust, which is buried deep underground, will virtually collapse mountains caused by the powerful B-2 bomber and the attacks that has continued since the last 11 months. Sitting on top of it, he has also said that it will be unearthed by the United States. Let's, in the meantime, connect with Mr. KP Fabian, joining us here on the broadcast. So, Mr. Fabian, sir, good morning. Do you believe that a breakthrough is evident looking at the recent developments that has been taking place, sir?
Good morning. I would say that a breakthrough is probably imminent, but it has not yet occurred, because what has happened is that President Trump spent 2 hours, with his advisors, and no conclusion has been reached. And you mentioned about the tweets which President Trump has put out.
Yes.
Iran should not have nuclear weapons and all that. There, what is happening is that Iran has insisted, and I take it Iran will continue to insist, nuclear matters will be discussed only after an interim agreement. And so President Trump is sort of, jumping the gun. But he is in a really difficult position because, as we know, the inflation is going up, and the midterm elections are looming. And what many people don't understand is that the 4th of July is very close.
Yes.
Imagine President Trump taking a war in Iran on the 4th of July. So President Trump has been cornered. He has to get out of it. And my view is that he will get out of it by agreeing to what Iran has said. But he is still dithering. And meanwhile, he has come out with a very ridiculous demand that Egypt should join the Abraham Accords. He doesn't know that Egypt reestablished diplomatic relations with Israel in 1980, decades before his Abraham Accords. So I have a problem, and I'm worried that President Trump's cognitive abilities have started to decline.
All right. Mr. Fabian, sir, request you to stay on with us, because that's President Trump's point of view. We would want to, put across what Iran has been saying. Because Iran has been saying that the exchange of messages with the United States is continuing. However, it is still no final understanding that has been reached yet. So, Mr. Fabian, what is your understanding here on Iranian part? Because they have been saying that any agreement with the U.S. would not be judged merely on words, as only actions are the measures, and no action would be taken before the other side acts first.
Iran believes that it has got better cards. Iran believes that should President Trump restart the war, then Iran can, within a week or less, destroy the oil facilities and even the water desalination plants in the GCC, which will be terrible. So Iran believes, rightly or wrongly, in my opinion, almost rightly, that it has got better cards.
All right,
it is not going to surrender.
Well, it remains to be seen, sir, because, a completely different tune is something which President Trump seems to be saying, the final determination on a deal with Iran to end the war, though Iran is differing on that, saying that while the exchange of messages is continuing, an understanding, however, has not been reached, has not been finalized. Thank you very much, Mr. Fabian, for your point of view. Let's, in the meantime, also talk about the crude oil prices, because this is after weeks we're looking at these numbers now. And this is a significant development. The U.S. oil prices that have now dropped below $87 per barrel. And this is for the first time since the 21st of April, as President Trump says that he is making a final determination on the Iran deal. So that seems to be, however, on the positive side that we are looking at as far as crude oil prices are concerned. They are witnessing a dip, and that too after a very long time. That means that the optimism, the sentiment is something which is now being reflected as far as across the stock markets as well in the crude oil prices. This is after weeks that we are looking at below the $100 per barrel mark. However, as the volatility still continues, because on Iranian side, they have been saying that an agreement with the United States would not be judged merely on words and only actions are the measure. And however, also saying that no action would be taken before the other side acts. So clearly the pressure seems to be building on the United States. However, President Trump says that he will only accept the Iran deal that satisfies his red lines. And he has been meeting with his aides to determine whether to move forward with the Iran deal, because the deal, what is being said, would extend the fragile ceasefire by at least 60 days as new talks are held on Iran's disputed nuclear program.